Hey guys, what up? Welcome back to another episode of DigiDaily. Thanks to everyone who wished me happy birthday yesterday, and thanks to everyone who watched yesterday's episode, because it was a mess. But I had so much fun filming it and editing it, and just enjoying myself on my birthday, and it was a really fun time. I had a really fun time. Yeah, it's just hard to put the words. It was a really nice time. I had a really nice time yesterday. I don't know, I was gonna say something extra, but I don't know. This is a late DigiDaily at night. They're filming a little bit later than I usually do. It's about 6:45 in my time. And I'm happy I waited, because if I wouldn't have waited, it would have been another boring episode of me going, hey guys, thanks so much for watching yesterday's episode, bye. Instead, it's not that. I actually have some stuff to talk about. Pendulum X, not Pendulum X. I keep going at that! Ooh, it's not the Pendulum X. Digimon X, or Digital Monsters X. The X. I should just call it the X, that sounds cool. Yeah, the X. Okay, now it sounds like I'm talking about something else. But either way, we got some videos, and the video showed off how the animations would look like during battle, and you know what? They look clean AF. I love it. It's a nice way of seeing how they look without, you know, having the bigger sprites. I still wish we had bigger sprites, but hey, they're doing what they can, and it looks pretty good. It doesn't look too fast. It looks not too fast. It doesn't look too slow. That's one thing I was worried about. Like, okay, so every time we're gonna get a critical hit, this is gonna show up, right? That's gonna get a little boring after a while, unless it was a snappy, quick kind of, you know, thing, and it looks nice. It looks like, Hah! And then they shoot out their Mega Blasts. And the blasts, or the critical hits, it seems like every Digimon is gonna have their own unique critical hit, or at least the critical hits look different. They don't look like the attacks that are in this one. The critical hit in this one, everyone has the same one. It's like a wave. Everyone has it. The same one for everyone. This one, the critical hits actually look different, which is something they started implementing in later Pendulum releases, so I'm really happy about that. As far as some translation stuff goes, thanks to Donkey, thanks a lot, man. And the Donkey, I mean Donkey, because there's a question mark at the end. He mentioned that from his translation, it seems like they're saying when you connect the white and blue to the red and black one, you're going to unlock new trees for evolution, like new branches. So that's going to be interesting if they're going to lock evolutions behind that. I wonder if that is like they're mentioning like jawgressing, because jawgressing has to come back, right? I mean, we have these. There was jawgressing in this, but it was like a little Easter egg. There was a ton of them. But there were jawgresses in the Pendulum X, and you could still jawgress like the pendulums. So hopefully they bring it back, and it's in like an actual jawgress thing. It's not like it's not like the way it worked in this. Like the way it worked in this was fine because they were adding it to a device that never had it before, and it kind of fit with the aesthetics. But now that the Pendulum X, or the Digimon X, is supposed to be kind of its own thing, I hope they add like a jawgressing function where you can just straight up jawgress with the press of a button if you have the right Digimon and the right amount of DP. Also, no one else has mentioned this. I truly hope it isn't going to be it's going to be in English again. If I remember correctly, after the Pendulums, which were fully English, or at least mostly English, yeah, pretty much fully English, the Pen Progress, because I had the bigger screen, it pretty much was all iconography, except for like the Digimon's name. So like, I don't have one of them, but if I was giving you an idea, let's use this, where like they had kind of the icons to tell you what is what. It's kind of like that. I mean, I can bust up the decipher, but the decipher is translated from the original, so, you know, like this Neo and this and this. So I don't know if I doubt it'll have that iconography in the Digimon X. So I wonder if they're just going to, I know they're going to keep the things up here, but I just hope that the actual text will be in English, like the pendulums. It'll be kind of a pain to go back to Japanese text after getting so used to having English text. It's just so much easier. Like, I remember, like, even after not playing with these for a while, I still remember how to do battles, how to copy over Digimon, just by memory. But still, it just makes it easier to use with English. And I think at this point they know how much American / English speaking fans there are of Digimon and how it's kind of growing. So I hope they will keep it English, because it seemed to go over pretty well for them for the pendulums. So let's just, 5 minutes in, let's get into the actual episode. I do have the wall of poop, because I woke up and I was like, oh yeah, let me just, you know, leave him up. And then I went to sleep, and then I woke up, and Greymon over here had 2 camera mistakes. So that's 3 total, but again, I don't think it's going to matter until we get to his next form, which is Metal Greymon. Then I have to only get 2 camera mistakes. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I am honestly not used to this device anymore. I'm so used to running these devices. These devices are a lot easier. So if you were like a newcomer, I'd highly recommend getting the Pendulum 20ths. 1, because they're probably cheaper by now, and 2, because God, these are hard. Like, these are not easy. And like, they're not as hard as the original Pendulum. The original Pendulum is really, really hard. But they still are, if you're like a newcomer, they're harder than your average vpet, because you have to keep an eye on them. And if they're out of your hearing range, like they are with mine, then it's really hard to kind of keep track of whateverthing's going on. And also, I'm so used to the time and the clock on this that I keep forgetting when everyone goes to sleep. I keep forgetting just a bunch of stuff, so it's been really hard coming back to this after running these. But I do like this device still. I still recommend it. It's just a lot harder for me because I'm just so not used to it. I've been running these for like for a while now, almost half a year, I want to say. Probably not, but a while. It feels like it's been like 4 or 5 months now. So yeah. So he has not evolved yet, but I'm pretty sure he'll evolve either later on today or tomorrow. And that's because Metal Greymon has evolved. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you BlitzGreymon. I always say this when it comes to any Digimon that have released, I don't know, post 2010. But this is one of my favorite newer Digimon. I really like how BlitzGreymon looks. BlitzGreymon, he's just such a cool idea. It's just like, let's take the idea of Greymon and kind of like flip it. Instead of being armored with like the claws, it's guns. He has guns on his back. He's got 3 guns instead of the claws. It's like a triple claw gun on his arms. He's got guns on his knees. The red with the white hair looks really, really nice. It's a really clean look. I really like it. I hope this does show up in future devices, because this is a really cool Digimon. And right now, he is exclusive to the to the Digital Monsters 20th. And again, he's a really, really clean looking Digimon. I really like his look. Really like the look of Omnimon Alter S too, but man, BlitzGreymon, he just looks so cool. And it's going to be really cool seeing him side by side with WarGreymon. Even though WarGreymon, it's the Pendulum sprite who does not look very much like WarGreymon. In fact, in my opinion, he looks more like WarGreymon than WarGreymon does, but that's because this is a newer sprite and they were able to figure out how to kind of capture the likeness more. But he's such a cool Digimon. I really, like I've said this multiple times, I really like BlitzGreymon. He is definitely one of my favorite like megas right now, and definitely one of my favorite of the Greymon or the WarGreymon megas, because at this point there's quite a lot. There's WarGreymon, who's the original, the progenitor, you could say. There is Shine Greymon, who I really like too. There is not WarGreymon X, because there's also that, but then there's also the one that was in the twin Digivice, or the twin vpet, which is BlitzGreymon with the gigantic sword. That one's really pretty cool too. And then there is, I think that's it from what I remember, but that's a lot. And this one's definitely one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite, because again, just the red and the white hair looks so nice. Like, it's just a really, really nice looking Digimon. And he just looks cool. This is a really nice design, and it's nice, you know, matches the aesthetic of the actual device. Fun fact: for a lot of people, BlitzGreymon was their first Digimon that they raised, but for me, it actually wasn't. When I received this device, this was the first vpet that I had owned since I got the D-Cyber, and the D-Cyber I got around 2013. So I was really enjoying myself. I actually slept over a friend's house and left this here at my house, and I forgot to take it when I left because at that point I wasn't used to carrying this around with me. So I left this at my house, and I had at the time a Agumon, and I got this just before the entry period for the first D1 they had when this came out. And I was trying to get somebody to enter because I was so late. I got mine so late. And if you're wondering, no, I did not get this from Japan Yuan. I got this from an eBay seller because I didn't know where to buy any of the vpets or anything like that. I was just getting back into it. So the middleman I used is one from eBay, and they took forever to get this to me. I was really worried. One, if it was even real, and two, if it was ever going to get to me. But once it finally got to me, I knew that it is real. It's not fake. It's not a bootleg. But I'd never use them again because they took too long, in my opinion. When I heard like other people were buying from other places like Japan Yuan, and they were getting theirs. So I've been using Japan Yuan since, and I've gotten these two and the gold one all from Japan Yuan. And I'm most likely, actually no, I know for sure, I'm getting my X's from Japan Yuan too. But as I said, I wasn't used to this, and I was running. I had an Agumon at the time, and I messed up. I left him here, and I was like, oh crap! And I woke up. I remember the next day I woke up, and I tried to tell my brother like, hey, can you make sure they're alive, make sure they're eating, and like they're okay? And he's like, okay, I guess. Of course he didn't. And I came back home, like rushed back here. My friend wasn't too happy, but I was like, I gotta pick it up. I'm sorry, I really want to enter this contest. This is really cool. It's really fun. You know, I really like Digimon, and for them to be like doing something big for Digimon was like a big deal. And it's funny how far we've gone from then. But I rushed home, and I picked it up, and I was like, oh god, are you okay? And I looked, and there's 4 pieces of poop, and Agumon was dead. I actually believe he was at Koromon when I left him, so he woke up, he evolved to Agumon, and then died. So that was like a really sad thing. I felt really bad because I was like, well, shoot, my first Digimon died, like, and it's only my fault I left him here. But then something really nice happened. Inadvertently, that was actually a good thing to happen, because since Agumon died, I was actually able to get the Dracomon egg quicker. So I ended up running the Dracomon egg and getting Digimon, which was my first mega that I ever raised on this, which is why he kind of, I wouldn't say, well, no, he does. He kind of holds a special place in my heart. I really like how Digimon looks too. And his sprite in here is very BlitzGreymon-esque. But yeah, that's a little story about how I killed my first Agumon on the 20th. And this is way before I was recording videos and even had the channel. This is about 2 years ago, I think, now. It's crazy. 1, shows that time flies, and 2, shows that everyone starts somewhere. If you think, I hope you don't, because I'm honestly, as much as, like, I know I do this like every day, I've been doing this every day for almost a year now, but like, I'm not like a genius when it comes to these. I'm not the best, but I have, I've found out some tips and tricks. So like, if you are getting into this or want to get into it, and you think like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can, raise Digimon and like get a good evolution or whatever. You can. Everyone starts somewhere. You have to learn. It takes practice. It really does, especially with each device, because each device comes with its own set of little rules and little picadillos, and idiosyncrasies, if you will. And every device has their own little separate set of rules and requirements and stuff like that. And even with a guide, it's hard to do. It does take practice. Sometimes your Digimon will die mid-run, and you'll have to either start a new run or try it again later, or try it again immediately. So it's really up to you, and you can do it. Because if I can do it, I am pretty sure you can do it. Because I'm not a super duper busy guy, but I am pretty forgetful sometimes. So if I can do it, like, I know you guys out there who are watching right now, you can do it too. So that's going to be it for today. Just a you know, a little chill episode, just me showing off the new evolution and crossing my fingers that we'll be able to show off both WarGreymon and BlitzGreymon on the same screen, because that's really cool and that's something I really wanted to do for a while now. Thank you so much for watching. I do mean that. Yeah, if you like the setup here and you want to know kind of how I record or what batteries I use in my vpets, I actually have some Amazon links to that in the description down below. They are affiliate links, and you will be I will get a cut from that, so just know that. But if you're just curious about how the setup is and, you know, how I do what I do, then there's always that. Discord link also down below, and my social media if you're interested in that. I'm gonna go. Thank you so much again. I've said that like 3 times, but I do mean it. And yeah, I'm gonna go. Peace.